Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you are all doing well. So in today's video, we're going to be doing a trend talk, and if you're new to this channel, you probably aren't familiar with this yet, but it's essentially a video that I do every season talking about the latest trends that are coming in and what to expect to see in your favorite stores, what our favorite celebrities are wearing, and we kind of just have a good conversation about the trends that are coming in. So feel free to pitch in your thoughts as we go through the video. But yeah, we have about 10 trends to go through here, and I'm super excited to share them with you guys. Also, before we jump in, last video, if you guys came from that video, which was the Zara haul, I said my goal was to hit 2,000 subscribers, and we were almost there. Literally, guys, I am 50 subscribers away. Right now, it is Saturday, August 17th, and I am seriously 50 subscribers away. So if you guys haven't subscribed yet, please do so. I am about to hit my goal. Probably by the time this video goes up, I will. But if you guys haven't subscribed yet, please do. What should my next goal be? 5,000. So help me get to 5,000, guys. I would really appreciate it. But without me getting too sappy, we're gonna jump right into this. So our first trend that we're gonna be talking about is a head to toe leather trend. This is one that is pretty edgy, and I'm honestly like totally here for it. We saw this one showcased by Zimmerman and Balmain. Not only did they showcase really unique leather pieces such as leather culottes and leather corsets, but they also did different colors of leather, which I thought was really nice. They did more of those fall neutral tones, which I feel like makes the leather look not so edgy. It makes it more wearable. So I feel like I might try out those more neutral leather pieces and get on board with that. If you guys are edgy people and you love that really edgy look, then definitely pull out your old leather jacket and some leather pants and start rocking this look. I think it's such a cool one. If you guys are on a budget, I feel like consignment shops and thrift stores would be great places to hit up for some leather pieces, especially if you're just wanting to try out the trend and you're not really sure about it. You don't want to spend a lot of money and invest it into something that you're not really sure about. So our next trend is very voluminous puffy sleeves. If you guys remember, during the summertime, this was also a trend. I talked about it in my last trend talk video. However, the puff sleeves on the shirts weren't that big. They were very subtle. I saw very few big puff sleeve shirts, and that's the trend for this season. We literally doubled the size of the puff sleeve. So if you guys watched my last Zara haul, you would have seen that I shared this beautiful shirt with you. This is actually my very first big voluminous puffy sleeve. Obviously I had the little ones for the summer, but this one is just so over the top and I love it so much. This one also comes in a beautiful pale yellow. I will link these both down below for you guys to check out. But yeah, I think this trend is just so amazing. I also have a good feeling that this season we're gonna see a lot of puff sleeve sweaters and jackets. If you guys remember, last fall actually, balloon sleeves were a really big thing in sweaters and jackets. So I feel like the voluminous puff sleeve trend is going to transition into the sweaters and jackets this year as well, which I am excited for. If I love a voluminous puff sleeve shirt, I'm gonna love the sweater and the jacket, and I'm gonna buy them all. So bye-bye bank account, hello puff sleeve jackets and sweaters. Next up, we actually have a color trend. If you guys watched my summer trend talk, we talked about the color mint green and how that was going to be a huge color for the summertime, and it ended up being literally huge. I saw that color everywhere, and I never expected the color mint green to transition into the fall time because it's a lighter color, it's a pastel, and it doesn't really fit the whole fall time warm toned vibe, right? So I was wrong, kind of. So the color pistachio is huge right now. Pistachio in all shades. It's everywhere. It was all over the runway shows. And this is an item that I actually recently picked up. So it's not really a mint green. It's more in the color family of green, so in that way it kind of went into the fall time, but obviously it's a lot more fitted for fall. So this blazer is from Zara, and I just wanted to show you guys this for kind of a reference of what color I'm talking about. But yes, this color is everywhere. Pistachio is literally taking over the world. Typically, I am not the type of person to buy any color at all. I love sticking within my neutral realm and not really venturing too far out of it. But I really do love this color trend, and I'm loving the color pistachio. So our next trend is actually blazers. I know this trend has been around for a while now, and kind of like the puff sleeve shirt, this season the blazers have doubled in size. So not only are they oversized, but the shoulder pads are very dramatic. So I guess we can call this trend dramatic blazers. I remember seeing a picture of Kendall Jenner. I will insert the picture on the screen. She wore this beautiful, heavily shoulder padded blazer and she freaking killed it. I've seen a lot of other designers come out with really, really cool, heavily shoulder padded blazers, and a lot of other celebrities are rocking this look too, and it's something I personally love. And also I feel like you can grab a men's oversized blazer and tie up the waist and you're already on board with the trend. I don't feel like you have to go out and spend a lot of money like that. Just find a blazer from the 80s or 90s and girl, you are set. That's all you have to do. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I need to go to the thrift store and find a blazer that I can just tie up and I will be on board with the trend. This one is pretty easy, pretty self-explanatory, and not a whole lot to explain. So this next trend I'm calling Victorian accents. Let me grab my coffee real quick. Basically, this trend is just what it sounds like. A lot of corseted tops, a lot of silk, a lot of those beautiful cream colors. I've seen some beautiful lace-up boots. Not really like combat boots, but I'll insert a picture on the screen. A lot of stuff like that. I've seen some really Victorian looking shirts, but these are runway ones, which are a little bit more dramatic and not really wearable. And I mean, I'm not saying you can't wear them, but not really wearable in my mind, not something I would typically wear. I am dying to get these pair of boots from Zara that are just so beautiful but so expensive, and I just can't do it right now. Also, the brand Aritzia has this beautiful, almost corseted looking shirt in the style, also has one. There has just been a lot of these Victorian accents coming around. I'm just gonna stick with the more subtle Victorian accents. Again, I love this trend. Personally, Victorian accents speak to my heart, but not the super crazy ones. If you guys remember in my last trend talk video, I'm sorry that I keep bringing it up, but I feel like these trends are kind of evolving throughout the seasons. I talked about how art was kind of in clothing, and there were a lot of clothing pieces that had Victorian era paintings and inspiration on them. So I feel like this season, instead of just putting the inspiration from the era on the clothing, they're actually making clothing inspired from the time. So this next trend kind of goes hand in hand with the last trend that we talked about, and this one is called grungy romance. So I'm not really sure which designer showcased this. It might have been Alexander McQueen, but obviously I will give credit where credit is due, down below or up on the screen. But basically it's dark lace with very grungy accents, so platform boots, chains, spikes, stuff like that with lace detailing, and I think it's a really cool combination. Personally, I don't see myself hopping on board with this trend, but if you are one of those grungy girls and you enjoy the color black and studs and chains, I definitely say go for this trend. I think it's really cool, but it's just personally not really my style. So next up we have 3 shoe trends. I don't think these need too much explaining, so I'm just gonna go through them really quickly and insert some pictures so you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. So first up we have some platforms. I'm gonna look at them while I'm explaining, it's just easier. So Topshop has some really great ones. I think Zara has a couple pairs as well, and they're kind of that 90s inspired platform. I think they're really neat. And yeah, I think they're going to be really great for the fall time. They also give a lot of height, and the platform on the front of the foot kind of makes it easier to walk. It doesn't feel like you're in that high of a heel. So platform shoes, they're great. They're really in right now. Topshop literally has like a whole page of them, so if you guys are looking for some good platform, Topshop has a ton of them. The next shoe trend is square-toed shoes. I feel like this one was really popular during the spring and summertime. Every retailer was selling square-toed sandals and heels, and this trend is also going to transition into the fall time as well. So instead of square-toed sandals and heels, this season we're gonna have square-toed boots and square-toed flats, and this is something I'm definitely gonna get on board with. I already love the square-toed trend, and I know this one is going to be a very big one this season, guys, so keep your eyes out, get your hands on a pair of square-toed boots, and I feel like this is a trend that's gonna hang around for a little bit. So our last shoe trend is something that has been around for a few years now. I personally never got into it, but I think I'm gonna get myself a pair of these this season, and that is thigh-high boots. If you guys remember, back in like 2015, they were always the suede boots that came up to mid-thigh. They always pulled in. That was just the thing. I feel like everyone owns a pair of these except for me, but this season they have a lot of different materials, a lot of different styles of this, so I feel like I'm going to be able to get into it a bit more. I just feel like when they first came out they were all the suede ones and I just wasn't really into that. I feel like because this season they have a lot of different leather ones, a lot of different colors, I feel like a lot more people are going to be able to jump on board with the trend. So this next trend is something I will not be partaking in. If you guys want to, feel free, but I am personally not going to be touching these, and I am a very open person to fashion. I will try anything and I will try to rock anything, but this is not it. And this is colorful tights, like very bright tights. Again, I will give credit where credit is due to the designer that decided this was a thing, but I'm not here for it. If you guys like colorful tights though, do your thing. Again, you don't really have to get the big designer ones. Go on to like Amazon, you can get some colorful tights and rock them. But again, I'm a neutral person. I don't like bright colors, especially on my legs. I don't want my legs looking like crayons. I'm just not here for that. So we are on to our last trend now, and this one again is a very colorful one, but I'm not opposed to it. I'd rather wear this every day than colorful tights. And this is colorful fur, so colorful, I can't say colorful for some reason, colorful fur jackets for the winter time, and I feel like a lot of these are like in those beautiful jewel tones, and I like it, but personally I don't see myself buying one just because for investment purposes I don't see myself getting a very bright fur jacket. If I get one, obviously it'll be neutral just so I can wear it more, but if you are into bright colors, I know a lot of people are, go on to Boohoo, go on to Misguided, go on to Nasty Gal, you'll find yourself a bright fur jacket that isn't the designer retail price, because that is just ridiculous. And you can get this trend for less. Try it out. If you love it, then maybe invest, but I think this is a neat trend. But personally, again, not really into bright colors, but if you are, do you, boo. So that was the video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys in the next video. So peace and love until then.